Hey guys, it's Friday night. It's Friend Friday on Stabler and Friends. I'm your host, Stabler, and today I got my first friend inside the podcast room since I've had it all done, put together. This is an experiment right now, just making sure, hoping that this mixer and everything we have works good. If it does work good, I missed yesterday. I forgot that I was working a swing and I just need to schedule better, but this is a special day. So we're going to go probably a little over a half hour, probably under an hour, but we're going to have some fun. We got our Friday night mystery drinks in the cup and the bottle. We don't know what's in there because we don't have trademarks to that. But let me welcome you guys, a good friend of mine, an excellent old bartender, and an even better friend, Grantland. Grant and I, we met at Bout Time, right?
Yes, sir. About time.
He was the bartender, and I was the local stumbling patron that got to know everybody there.
I wasn't there for your tattoo, but I heard great stuff.
I missed, tattoo. Don't ever drink at a bar in the mall with the tattoo shop right across from there.
God damn it, Bobby.
Dang it, Bobby. Cool. So this is just gonna kind of be a random show. Mostly we're gonna be talking sports. How you doing, Grant?
I'm doing well, man. Being a father of two adorable young boys.
Yeah.
One that's going to be 5 in about 2 weeks, and the other one is freshly 1.
Nice.
He's a crazy one, man. But they keep me on my toes, and I need it.
How was their Christmas?
Their Christmas was awesome. I actually got my son the Super Mario Kart Rainbow Road track for the Hot Wheels.
Oh,
yeah.
I don't know what that is. I know what Rainbow Road is, but
it's ridiculous. It's huge. It takes up his whole playroom. He loves it.
you put like electric cars on there, Mario cars?
No, it's just regular Hot Wheels, but they're just they're actually like the little Mario Kart characters. They buy them all the time. Well, my in-laws buy them for him all the time whenever he goes to any store with them.
Yeah. Speaking of Mario, for Christmas, I got Haley. She loves the Nintendo Switch. Like, she's never been much of a gamer, but she loves the Switch. And I got her the Mario Bowser's Fury Part 2, Mario 3D. Yeah, 3D. And she has been on break from college for this winter break. And honestly, dude, she goes from work to making us dinner and cleaning around the house a little bit, straight to Mario all night. And I think she's gonna beat it tonight.
Actually, I saw when I went downstairs when I got here, she's actually on the last level, but she needs 39 more stars to get to that last level.
Okay. I don't get that. Like, so you got to find more stars to get to the final level?
Each well, not all of them, but some of these stages they have like 3 stars to get. And yeah, you just got to do it. My son's been playing that same game, and he's actually pretty good at it for a 5-year-old.
Yeah, I don't know. I find it so attractive when women play video games. It's fun.
It's awesome. They just have the genuine like happiness when they're playing a game. They know what we feel when we play games.
She reminds me of when I was like a little kid, where like you yell at the game like, oh, and you like jump with the controller and things like that. So yeah, I thought that was pretty funny. Let's get into some sports. You guys ever heard of COVID? Because that's around now.
I've had it.
Yeah. I don't know. I don't think I've had it yet, but fingers crossed. Full circle. The sports world died for a while once COVID hit, with Rudy Gobert bopping all the microphones, making a joke of it, and knocked out the Jazz. Fun fact, the Jazz were the only team this year to not have a player with COVID. Last team, and
till today.
Gobert's got it again. I don't know who else has it, but their lineup tonight. Let me tell you what the lineup is.
It's not looking pretty.
It's not looking good, and this has happened. I know it happened with Atlanta.
Oh, he's actually the second player to have it. Joe Ingles had it first.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
Okay. So here's our starting lineup tonight. Tell me if you know any of these people. Hassan Whiteside, yes.
Yeah.
Elijah Hughes, rookie from Syracuse.
No.
Nah, I think he started the year in the G League this year. Eric Pascal, he was the one that Warriors played with.
I think so, yeah.
I think he's Donovan Mitchell's like good buddy from high school or
Right.
something along the lines of that. So that's why I got him. Jared Butler from, I believe, Baylor.
Man,
Another rookie.
I saw Jay Butler. I was like, when did Jimmy Butler come to the Jazz? But no, that's
unfortunately this is not one. Jimmy Buckets. And man, I'm such a bad Jazz fan. I can't keep up. I know this guy comes in, Forrest. He comes in towards the end of the game.
When they're up by like 30.
Yeah. So not available is like literally everybody. They're playing Toronto tonight, and at halftime, what do you think the score is? How bad?
Well, unfortunately for you, you can't quiz me because I got it right here. It's 62-49 at halftime.
Jazz. Look at them go. I hope that can hold up, but man, doing a full game on that short of minutes. I don't know. What's your take on, not necessarily COVID, because I don't want to get political. I don't care about anybody's take. To each their own for me. But sports and COVID, how much longer can they push this? Like, I'm talking NBA, NFL, MLB, if it ever starts again. Like, it's just hitting everybody. So they gotta change something. What are you thinking?
I don't know, man. I mean, if you look at the last week of the NFL season, they had it to the point where teams were playing Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, you know what I mean? Well, not Wednesday, but Thursday, Friday, Saturday. They just kind of spread it out. I don't know if it's gonna last long. I think by next year they'll have something figured out, but I think they're still just gonna play on through it. They're just trying to make that money.
Will we get through the playoffs without a big name going down?
No.
Okay.
Absolutely not.
I agree. The only reason I'm agreeing with this is because the reason, like how long they have to stay out if they haven't got the vaccine. So the people with without the vaccine, I think are going to be the ones that get put on the protocol and can't get off. But they did recently change how quick he could be back. Deontay Johnson, I think, was on the COVID list for 2 days. 3 days.
3 days.
He just got back today, so he's good. He's good to go this weekend. It'd been nice if they would have done that earlier for the Browns. I'm just saying, maybe we could have beat those Raiders who only beat us by a few points with our third string quarterback.
Yeah.
Oh man. So what are you looking for playoff wise? Who you taking Super Bowl right now?
Super Bowl right now?
Oh, right now.
Man, that's harsh. Picking a Super Bowl team right now.
We'll get back to it.
Let's get back to it. Let me process it.
Yeah, think about it. We're both wrestling fans.
Huge wrestling fans. I recently just got back into it during COVID, actually.
Guilty pleasure. Are you coming to my Royal Rumble party?
I'm invited.
Oh yeah.
Then yeah,
you're on the list. I'll let the bouncers know to put you on the list. Plus guest +1.
Yeah, I'll let Reggie know.
Yeah, my guard dogs, they do a pretty good job.
Reggie and Rocky.
Until you give them a treat.
My candy.
So wrestling. The other day, they had a pay-per-view. It was called Day One. Not just a clever name. It actually landed on January 1st. The main event was supposed to be the tribal chief, Roman Reigns, who has had a dominant year against the beast incarnate, Brock Lesnar. Even if you're not a wrestling fan, you might know Brock Lesnar from trying out with the Minnesota Vikings and being kicked off for hitting someone with a helmet, or UFC. He was a heavyweight champion, guy with a big old sword tattoo down his belly,
talking a lot of smack to everybody and just laughing after every match.
Yeah, so that match got canceled like 6 hours before?
Yeah, just about
something like that.
Because Mr. Roman Reigns had COVID.
All right. Now this is dirty. So let's give a little backstory. Roman Reigns has had cancer, right?
Yes.
Leukemia.
Yeah. Leukemia.
Okay, so he's had that twice. The second time, it was like conspiracy theorists, including myself. I had a quick thought. They didn't really know what to do with him, like if they wanted to keep him a good guy or a bad guy, because they wanted to keep him a good guy because Vince McMahon loves this perfect style of long, greasy hair, muscles, and just a brute, right?
Big brutes.
Big brute. not very mobile. He fits the mold. People are tired of that. The fans boo, they boo, but they won't turn him into a bad guy. So right when he got leukemia, there was talk saying, oh, possibly they're using this as kayfabe, which means it's part of the storyline. They're using this for kayfabe in order to either give him time to regroup and come back with a new character, or everybody's gonna think, what a hero, he's fighting through leukemia and he's back. Right. So there was that story. I legitimately think he had leukemia.
Oh yeah, absolutely. Yeah.
Do you think he has COVID?
I talked to you about this and I apologize because I absolutely ruined it for you while you were watching it.
Oh yeah.
I was like 30 minutes ahead of him and I told him what happened. And he was like, wow, that was messed up, man. And I apologize for that. But
it's all good.
Once I brought that up, I told you, and I honestly feel the same way with you. I don't know if he actually has COVID or not. Okay. It's just the way the match went with Brock Lesnar, which he won the WWE title, by the way.
Yeah. So real quick, what they did, since Lesnar couldn't fight Reigns, they moved Lesnar over from the SmackDown Championship to the Raw Championship, which is the Friday Night Championship to the Monday Night Championship. And they put him in from a fatal 4-way to a fatal 5-way. And so he wasn't in the match till 3 hours before. I don't know how they choreograph how they do that, but it looked like way too good of a match for that to not be already planned. Brock Lesnar wins the title. He pins Big E clean, who was the reigning champion. And now he's over here, and it saves the Reigns versus Lesnar dream match that everybody's been waiting for, because they didn't want to waste it on day one. Which, why would you, right?
Exactly. I mean, I don't know if anybody even bought day one. Or not that they have to buy it. If you have Peacock, you get it. That's it.
Peacock, what a trash stream site.
Man, I hate it so much.
It crashes on me all the time.
All the damn.
So yeah, what happened was I had 2 birthdays to go to, or a birthday and a wrestling watch party. It was Ronnie's birthday. So I went to Ronnie's birthday, hung out for a little bit, watched the end of the Utes game. They texted me. Ronnie. Yeah, happy birthday, Ronnie. My buddy Oliver texts me. He says, hey dude, Edge is on. We're going to play a game. We'll pause it. So I'm like, okay, we're leaving right now. So from me getting from Clearfield to North Ogden, that's how far behind we were, maybe 20, 30 minutes. I always watch it live with you. Like we don't watch it together, but we text each other during it and bullshit about that. And you said, I can't believe they let Lesnar win. What are your thoughts? And I looked down at it and it was just like, why did you do this? Bitch. Yeah. So man, that was crazy.
So sorry.
But yeah, I don't know what's true, what's not. If he does have COVID, I hope the best for him.
Absolutely.
But if not, that's whatever.
Yeah. So with that match, from what I saw a news article. It was actually on Snapchat. You know, sometimes they have like little news articles. I saw that apparently Seth Rollins was actually supposed to win at day one.
Really?
So how true that is, I don't know, because I still feel like it was all planned to begin with, that Brock Lesnar was going to go into this fatal 5-way match and take that title, especially bringing in Paul Heyman the way they did on Monday night. I don't know if you saw that or not.
Yeah, he showed up.
Yeah. So
for the tribal chief.
I don't know. I think they might have moved him over there for now, because I still have high hopes. I think The Rock might come back and go against Roman. I think doing it right now at Royal Rumble time, I think it would be a good kind of lengthy feud between him and Roman. I think it would give it some good time. I think it would be a good match.
Yeah. I didn't want to watch day one, and I'm avoiding Twitter as much as possible. And I'm not really watching Raw or SmackDown right now because I love the Royal Rumble. It's my favorite event of the year, probably more than the Super Bowl. We have a big party. We draw numbers at random. We all throw in $10. If number 1 comes down and it's Roman Reigns and he wins the whole thing, you win the $100. It's fun. It's fun. Everybody gets excited. Okay. But if you watch all the episodes building up, it pretty much narrows it down to about 3 people. where right now, if I know, the less I know, the more I'm going to be excited. And so I'm trying to avoid all spoilers. Have you read spoilers for the Rumble before I ask this next question?
No, I have not.
Who is your pick to win the Men's Royal Rumble?
Men's Royal Rumble, as of right now, the way everything is looking, as far as from what I've seen, my money's on Seth Rollins.
Okay, that's fair. I got my money on Big E with outside shot that The Rock shows up. So there has been a build for so long. So Roman Reigns just dominating the world of wrestling right now.
Right.
He is The Rock's cousin. Is that right?
Yeah, cousin. Yeah.
So they're all cousins. I don't know how, if they're first cousin, second cousin, third cousin.
Probably second cousins, from what I believe. Yeah. I know that he's cousins with Rikishi.
Yeah.
And Rikishi is the father
of the Usos.
Yeah. And Rikishi's brother is the father of Roman, which is why they're cousins, first cousins. Something like that.
Yeah. So the storyline that's been going on is Reigns has been dominating. He says that he's the head of the table. He's the one that puts food on the table for his family. He has these cousins named the Usos. They're twins. They're good guys. They were good guys. Reigns just beat him into submission, says, look, you guys aren't the ones putting the food on the table. You work for me now. And he just beat him into submission. So now he has two henchmen twins that are his brothers. They're called the Bloodline. The head of the table in that family obviously is the guy who makes #1 in movies, blockbuster movies every single year.
Yes, sir.
Dwayne "The Rock" Johnson. So if they can somehow build this up for a WrestleMania, Rock versus Reigns, to dethrone the tribal chief,
people
that's going to be,
watch wrestling will be all over.
Everybody's going to watch this. It's the ultimate payoff that Vince McMahon and WWE needs to do right now with the way the AEW is starting. In my opinion, they're doing better than WWE.
Absolutely. I agree with you 100% on that.
All right, man. So next up, I talked to you right before Sports Illustrated. WWE's talked about on Sports Illustrated now. That's not even real sports, but
it's entertainment.
It's entertainment. So they did their top 10 wrestlers of 2021. You haven't seen this list, right?
I have not seen this list.
I'm gonna go from 10 to 1, and I need you to tell me what they did right, what they did wrong, and who are some of these people that I might not know. Are you a deep diver into wrestling? Do you go deep to Impact and Ring of Honor?
Ring of Honor is one of the ones that I used to watch. I haven't watched too much of it. I do know something happened on Ring of Honor just recently, but I won't talk to you about that yet.
Okay. So number 10 comes in at a guy named Jonathan Gresham from Ring of Honor. Do you know this guy?
Yeah, I do know who he is.
Tell me about him.
He's I don't really watch too much of him. I just know who he is. I've never really seen any of his matches, but I just know who he is, know what he looks like.
I typed in John Gresham and it gave me John Grisham, the artist.
Yeah, exactly. That's pretty much.
Oh, an African-American man. He's big.
Yeah.
Okay.
It's definitely a guy that Vince McMahon would probably go after.
Yeah. Cool.
I'm more of a high flyer kind of guy, the guys that you don't like. Rey Mysterio.
Yeah, I've always liked the middleweight guys. I don't like the lightweight people. I don't like the heavyweight people. I like the middleweight guys. Okay, moving on. And the reason I said, an African American is because it's a very hot subject right now in wrestling that certain wrestling divisions are burying African Americans. AEW is the one that they're coming after. Have you heard about that?
Actually, I haven't.
Okay. Do you know the female wrestler Big Swole?
Yes, I do.
So she got cut recently. Her contract was up. She didn't get cut. Her contract ran out. They didn't renew it. She came out and said that Tony Khan is racist and they bury black people in wrestling. And they said, look at all the champs, look at all these people. And I mean, it could technically be there. I don't want to say it quite yet. I know that they're just still trying to build their roster, and they started with the Bullet Club basically, who are all white people. But I think they're going in the right direction. They just made Jade Cargill the TBS Women's Champion.
Oh yeah.
Powerhouse Hobbs I don't think he loses very much. Scorpio Sky wins a lot, even though they don't give him titles.
Leo Rush is probably one of your better wrestlers.
Leo Rush and Dante, his ex-partner.
Yeah.
He's half black.
Yeah.
So I think that it's there. I get what they're saying, but Tony Khan is I don't even know what he is, but he's not white.
No.
So
I believe he's from Saudi Arabia.
yeah, I think
I could be wrong though. I don't want to be.
Yeah,
I don't want to be on the bubble.
this isn't a political correct show. I don't think anybody's going to cancel us, but
not.
we're trying our best. We aren't 100%
I'm
sure.
a hardworking man here.
But anyways, Powerhouse Hobbs came out and stood up for him. And it is, when you do look at him in comparison, I mean, the WWE right now, every one of their champs pretty much are
of a different ethnicity.
Yes. Yeah. Let's see. I mean, Brock Lesnar is white, clearly, but before that, you had a black guy in Big E.
You had Bobby Lashley.
You had Bianca Belair, Sasha Banks,
Apollo Crews.
Yeah, they had like at one point they had every single title: the Street Profits, the New Day.
Street Profits, New Day, and then you had MSK has one black guy on there.
Is that NXT?
Yeah.
Okay. I haven't watched NXT for a little bit. I loved it so much.
I love NXT.
The last thing I watched was Johnny Gargano's going away match. Yeah. I love Johnny Bananas, and I can't wait for him to sign somewhere if he ever does. I think he's just going to be a stay-at-home dad. All right, this is what we talked about before, that we can get talking about wrestling for hours and hours. So we're gonna try and stay back on track. I'm gonna throw in a name you might not know either. He's from Impact. His name is Josh Alexander. No idea who he is. This is number 8, and this one bothers me because I do know who he is, and I don't think he had a good year. And he has that like go away heat, like he is. Nobody wants him to win, yet he still forces his way to win. Who am I talking about? AEW.
Cody Rhodes.
Yeah. Cody Rhodes. He is
interesting. Number 8, huh?
Number 8.
I feel like there's a lot more wrestlers. I could name 10 more wrestlers that had a better year than he did.
Yeah, I have no idea how he got into this. I don't know much about Japan Wrestling, Ring of Honor, or Impact. So those 3 people that are on this list, I can't say anything about. But Cody Rhodes is the biggest spoiler on here. He owns part of the company AEW.
Right.
He wants to be a face, which is a good guy, and he just comes in. They get new talent like Aleister Black, Malachi Black. They bury him. Sammy Guevara got the TNT belt. Cody comes and beats him the first match. So they're just burying people for Cody, who nobody cares about right now. So I don't know who wrote this list, but Cody Rhodes does not belong on there.
All right, number 7.
Number 7, female AEW, the best.
Britt Baker?
Dr. Britt Baker.
Really? Number 7?
MD. Little low for you?
A little low for me.
I
would put her at least in the top 3.
Yeah. I think that I'd probably give her 4 looking at this list.
4.
Yeah, 4 is where I put her. Okay. This girl is amazing. The women's division in AEW is not a lot of depth.
Yeah.
But she still lifts other people up when she fights them. Ty Conti.
Very talented.
Very talented. She's also a doctor. The DMD is no joke. She goes and does dentist. She does dentistry once a month while she goes and wrestles. She takes blood to she cuts open, does blood to the face.
Oh, man,
crazy matches. Yeah, she's nuts. She is one of my biggest. I'm one of her biggest fans, and I just want AEW to get more women talent.
She's the second best dentist to ever wrestle.
Who's your first?
Dr. Isaac Yankem.
Oh. Okay, number 6, a little low for me as well. Won his first WWE championship this year.
Big
E. Yeah.
I mean, at number 6, I could probably agree with that, just because I feel like he hasn't hit his peak yet. I feel like 2022 will probably be his year more than what this year was.
Yeah. Okay. That's fair. But yeah, I thought he had a good run. Number 5, Bryan Danielson. Daniel Bryan.
The American Dragon.
He's the yes. I don't think he's done much.
Well, he took a long hiatus after WrestleMania. I mean, he was back for a week or 2 after the fact, lost to Roman Reigns, and then disappeared. And then he came back, September?
Yeah.
So, I mean, that's a good 5 months.
Yeah.
So
He was in that match, that triple threat with Roman Reigns and Edge, which is probably my favorite match of the year.
WrestleMania.
At WrestleMania. But I think he was number 3 in all those out of those 3 people. And Edge didn't make this list.
Edge didn't make the
list. Who I
list.
think arguably had the top 2 or 3 of the year.
Yeah.
They went number 4, a guy named Shingo Tagaji from New Japan Wrestling. Don't know much about him. Number 3, the highest of the women, Bianca Belair.
Yeah, I can see that.
Yeah, I am in the ring wrestling. Nobody can compete with her strength. Like she's good.
Ridiculously strong.
On the mic, I could do better than she does. Here's my promo of Bianca Belair. You don't even go here. I go here now because I'm the bestest, the fastest, the strongest. I'm the EST of WWE. Every single time. That's like all that she has.
Worstest.
Yeah.
On the micest.
Worstest on the micest. But no, she's pretty talented. She's
definitely the wrestler for sure.
Yeah.
She needs to brush up on the mic skills.
Are you a wrestling fan or a mic fan? What do you like? What do you like better?
I'm a wrestling fan. I mean, growing up on the border, as far as watching wrestling goes, I've seen nothing but Mexican wrestling. They would always come to Del Rio. They would always do live shows. And I enjoyed it. I loved it so much.
Yeah.
But you need someone with some charisma. So
yeah. So I am the opposite. Like I just need good mic skills. Everybody that I like is either funny or they're like quick with what they say. And I don't care if they're good in the ring. Sami Zayn is easily one of my favorites.
Oh, Sami Zayn's ridiculous, man. I love him.
Yeah, so I like Sami Zayn. I like Matt Riddle. I like the comedy, you know. I really think that they're fun.
I feel like one guy that needs to brush up on that, and he would be a lot better, would be Kevin Owens.
Yeah, so many people are huge fans of KO, and
I love Kevin Owens. But
I know
he just
everybody
needs to work on that mic, man.
Yeah, you know what his voice sounds like to me? If I close my eyes, he sounds like John C. Reilly from like Step Brothers, and Boogie Nights and stuff.
I can see that.
All right, top 2. One's from AEW, one's from WWE. Who gets the number 1?
Oh, probably Kenny Omega.
Kenny Omega is number 2.
Wow, really? Okay.
The tribal chief, Roman Reigns.
Oh, well, yeah.
Number 1.
He hasn't lost his championship or actually a match, really.
Yeah, it was his
year. So
see, and I'm a Kenny Omega guy just because he has personality.
Oh yeah, he's great.
Although I do need to tuck my tail and talk about how great Roman Reigns has been the last year, because I don't think anybody's been a bigger Roman hater than me over the last decade, and I think it was rightfully so. But I think he's found his niche. Yeah.
Heel Roman is definitely the best Roman. I mean, the guy just, I don't know, he just shows off all the hate and all the, like, I'm the best, get out of my face. He works a heel really well.
He does. I wonder what took them so long to give this a try.
Yeah, that's all they need to do, man. If a wrestler's getting heat, make him a heel.
Yeah. Turn him. That's the way to be. I'd rather be a heel.
Yeah, absolutely. The heels have more fun.
Yeah. I had a person that I was talking to, and I'm not ever going to put him on blast, but it was a young person that I work with. And I was telling her that we were having our wrestling party and that we did it for my birthday, the AEW and things like that. And she's like, what do you like better? Do you like wrestling or UFC better? And I was like, I mean, personally, I like wrestling. I know that it's like fake or whatever, but I just enjoy the storylines and that you get like a wild ending and things like that.
The thing is, the only thing that's fake about wrestling is the fact that they know who's going to win.
That it's scripted. So yeah, basically what I told her is, so hold on. So she goes, wait, what do you mean? And I was like, well, it's choreographed. It's scripted. They're like glorified stuntmen.
Did you break it for her? Did she not know that it was fake?
So she doesn't even know this existed. She thought I was talking about like high school, like Greco-Roman wrestling. Then that's what she thinks I watch like on the regular. And I'm like, oh, no. And I'm like telling her how it works. And she's like, so they already know who's going to win and lose. I'm like, yeah. She's like, well, then why does anybody want to sign up if they're just gonna lose? And I'm like,
because it's fun.
they're scripted, they're like actors and actresses, they're in it. And I was like, and I would rather be the bad guy. The bad guys can break the rules. The good guys, they can't have henchmen that help cheat. They can't have chairs. They can't have,
especially when the refs are just blind.
Can't have storylines where you make fun of the audience. Instead, if you're a good guy, you go in and you're like, I'm going to go to this pay-per-view and win. And it's thanks to you in the WWE universe. You guys give me the strength. Like, it's just so bad.
Full on John Cena.
John Cena, Nikki ass.
Oh, God. But yeah, being a heel is definitely more fun. And speaking of being the heel, let's segue into Antonio Brown.
Oh, AB. What are your thoughts, man? So here's a couple things. So he ran off the field, just took his clothes off, dancing, looked pretty good on that ankle. Looked like there wasn't much damage there. Now a few days later, reports come out from his PR people saying that they were forcing him to play and he had a bad ankle. He had a fracture in his foot. Sounds like it wasn't bad enough that it could have got any worse, that they cleared him to play. It sounds like other stories are coming out that he wanted to play and they wouldn't put him in for a little bit because they didn't need him at the time or something like that. But he was just a few catches away or a few milestones away from getting incentives on his contracts to get a little more money. So what do you think the truth is here?
So I've been kind of following this story quite a bit just because it's just interesting to me. Like I said before the podcast started, Antonio Brown absolutely 100% has not been the same since that Vontaze beer effect hit. When he knocked him out in the playoffs, he just lost his mind basically. But as far as this whole story goes, I can 100% see Antonio Brown's side of the story. And the only reason why is because sometimes coaches just don't give a shit. And it's kind of sad. You know what I mean? He's already put out the tweets as far as what he said to Bruce Arians. And then he showed, actually, I think he show some scans of his ankle and how it had like 4 or 5 like little broken bones in it.
Yeah.
Like I get it. In this day and age, nowadays, they don't want anybody to play on just a sprained ankle or anything like that. But 30 years ago, these guys were just getting injected week after week after week, as they had the completely broken ankle.
Get the cortisone.
Yeah, but I mean, look at those guys now. You know what I mean? Those guys now, some of them are either completely messed up or not even with us anymore.
Yeah.
So the way I see it, AB, he does have he has his downs for sure, but I can see his side of the story on this one.
That's kind of where I'm at. Like I can see where he's coming from if that's the truth. I have a hard time giving him the benefit of the doubt when I've seen the history of him. And like you said, ever since he's been hit, maybe he was like that before, who knows, but like that hit really rattled him. CTE is a very real thing. Like you can't dispute that because they do autopsies on all the heads. I know on all the brains if they allow it to.
Every single one of them.
I know Junior Seau had it really bad.
Vincent Jackson,
Kenny Stabler.
Yeah.
So they let him hit heads big time. Probably John Lynch and who's that old Niners safety? They're probably
Ronnie Lott.
Yeah. Jack Tatum. They were probably responsible for a lot of head trauma. I remember like in junior high, dude, just at practice, I'd have a buddy that he was running back. And so on play actions, I'd come in at defensive end and we would love to just smash helmets together. Yeah. But I remember like a couple times, like I'm looking like Debo, dude, like my eyes all cockeyed, like, oh, I can't see straight. So I can't imagine.
My pump.
350 pound lineman coming at you running a 4.9 40.
Oh, yeah, exactly.
So anyways, back on track to Antonio Brown. Bruce Arians, he's a no nonsense coach. But I think he does have a good rapport with the players in the history of his coaching. A lot of people were big fans of him. I don't know anybody that's ever really disliked him. So it surprises me if that's the case. I don't want to like throw out the case and say I don't believe Antonio Brown. I'm just a person that kind of goes off of patterns. And I think where we're at. And a lot of the times there are fractures in players, but they say things like, well, it can't get any more broken if you feel like you can put weight on it. And you could wait till the end of the season and then you can get the surgery. Like, it's not like doctors do that all the time, even if you're not an athlete, like there's things that you can wait on and things like that. So the fractures, I don't know. I'm not a doctor, but I'm thinking that could be a situation where if 3 medical doctors or however many cleared him to play, they're not doing it so they can beat the Jets. They're like, they're in the playoffs. Everything's all right. They don't absolutely need Antonio Brown. So I don't know. So he's not playing, but
he's released.
And he's released. He cleared waivers today, meaning nobody wasted a waiver on him, but he could still sign with the team.
Yeah.
Does anybody take him?
No.
You don't think so?
No. I don't see anybody taking him.
Yeah.
Unfortunately, because he's a good player. He's a really good player, but
I could see. I know you don't want to hear it, but I could see your Cowboys snagging him now that Gallup's down.
Yeah, that hurts me, man. I'm a big fan of Michael Gallup, and I would say he's one of our best targets. I mean, the boy does whatever he can to catch that ball.
Yeah.
I mean, he tore his ACL to catch that touchdown pass last week. So yeah, it sucks to see him go. And it's his contract year too.
That's what I heard. Maybe you'll get him at a hometown discount rate now.
I don't know,
Sorry,
man.
that's low.
We'll talk about that later.
Yeah, we'll get to that in a bit. So Antonio Brown doesn't want to play. Aaron Rodgers, they got the number 1 seed. They got to bye the following week after the season's over. And he's playing against the Lions this week. Do you like that?
For me, as far as the Packers go, I don't see any benefit really for him to play. I understand keeping him fresh, keeping him mobile, get some practice in there. Sorry, Stabler.
We're talking about practice. Yeah. Just beat up on the Lions.
Yeah. I mean, I can see the pros and cons. I would probably say the cons outweigh the pros on this. Because I mean, one good hit to Aaron Rodgers and he's done for. You know what I mean? It could any given Sunday.
Yeah. No, I don't like it. I know that people say they get a little rusty. I don't think that's the case for Aaron Rodgers. I mean, he took the preseason off, right, and that didn't phase him at all. I mean, maybe game 1 against the Saints, but I don't think that was on him.
He wants to keep that toe going.
Keep that toe going before it. Is that a real thing?
Eli says it's not.
Yeah, Rodgers was on the Manning podcast show on Monday Night Football, right?
ESPN 2.
Yeah, ESPN 2. Do you watch that?
I switch back and forth. Depends on the game.
My dad loves it. They're
hilarious, man. They're funny.
They're fun. I want to watch the game and I want to listen to them, but it's hard.
Like I said, it all depends on which game it is, really.
Yeah, I kind of found myself like getting distracted by listening to them, and then I like missed a few plays because I was just staring at the 3
Wait, what happened?
Pictures. Snoop Dogg, hilarious, right?
Oh yeah, man. Snoop Dogg is great. I love Snoop Dogg.
How do you think Big Ben felt, dude? He kept getting jabs thrown the whole time. It happened 2 or 3 times where it was 3rd and long, and Snoop's like, "Oh, Big Ben's favorite play, the 2 and out, and and he kept doing it, and it was just so funny. And then he also took a jab. He's like, "Yeah, the Steelers next year, we're a quarterback away from winning the Super Bowl." Like he was digging it.
Yeah, man, that was bad, but
yeah.
Hey, you gotta take it.
Yeah, I think what I would ideally like to do is watch my Monday night game with the announcers, and then just find a 10-minute best of YouTube video, because that's the world we live in. We're gifted with people that'll cut highlights down.
You know what just hit my head right now?
What hit your head? Snoop upside your head?
No, with Ben being done.
Yeah.
Do the Steelers go after Russ?
I've heard Russ. I've heard Deshaun Watson. I've heard Aaron Rodgers, and I've heard Tyler Huntley.
Tyler Huntley?
Yeah, I know he got in the mix there, and I was like, oh, okay. But I mean, they don't got to do much. Najee Harris can run it 30 times a game.
Yeah, that boy's bad. Roll tight.
Deontay, Juju, and Claypool. Like, I mean, you got, and the Muth is Luth. they got the weapons. They got arguably the best defense when they're healthy. And so I do think that they are a quarterback away. I don't know.
Yeah, we'll see.
I'm not arguing with him. Speaking of quarterbacks, my boy Baker Mayfield, like I said earlier this week, when he's good, he's good. When he's bad, and he's mostly bad lately.
Unfortunately.
Rumors came out. So I am a big Cleveland Guardians fan, not Spiders, which is what I wanted them to change their name to, because that's what they originally were before the Indians. But
what they should have been.
So I was hoping for Spiders. We're the Guardians, but huge Guardians fan. I follow like almost every beat writer for the Guardians on Twitter. I follow this Mary Kay Kobat. I don't know how to say her last name, but she's been known in the past to take a story and kind of reach it out there for clicks. She's more of a clickbaiter. She came out saying something along the lines of, hold on, I'm going to pull it up. Tell me your thoughts on Baker Mayfield while I find it.
Baker, I feel like he's, who can I compare him to as far as quarterbacks go? In a good way. I mean, let's just put him in his own category, because Baker, when he's on, like you said. The kid can throw. I mean, it's just one of those things where he just needs to click. And are they coming after me?
Uh-oh.
I wonder if they can hear that. But
your ankle monitor's beeping, dude. I don't know if you were supposed to leave your house.
Oh man. No, I feel like Baker just feels the pressure too much, man. I think he just feels himself way too much, and it just makes him make all the mistakes.
Yeah, I think he was deemed the Messiah when he came after halftime, after Tyrod Taylor got hurt and won their first game in 2 years, and then had a down year with no line. And then last year they had an easier schedule and the team looked good. They beat the Steelers in the playoffs. Like, everything was great. So I don't know if it's injuries this year or if he's hit his ceiling. If I'd put him in the category right now of like a Kirk Cousins, a Derek Carr. Like, they're going to put the numbers up here and there, but
I would say he's a little better than Kirk Cousins. I've never been a Kirk Cousins
fan. I know a lot of people haven't. I just think they put up the numbers, but they never get the results that they want on the field with wins.
Right.
So I got it here real quick. Mary Kay Kabat. Oh, do you want to say something?
No.
Okay. Browns Baker Mayfield must resolve his differences with Kevin Stefanski soon in case they need to coexist next season. Also, some names that will be on the radar if they don't.
In case.
Baker retweets this with clickbait. You and many other Cleveland local media continue to be drama-stirring reporters with no sources or facts. Don't put words in my mouth so you can put food on your table. I'm not your puppet. Thoughts?
I mean, as far as that goes, the way it sounds, I would side with Baker on that one. I mean, that sounds like clickbait to me. I mean, he's had his share of run-ins with reporters, namely Colin Cowherd on Fox Sports 1.
Yeah, they go back and forth
all the time, ever since he was in college.
Yeah.
And I mean, if there was a problem beforehand, I mean, I feel like they would have done something a long time ago. You know what I mean? I mean, look what they did with Johnny Manziel.
Yeah.
I mean, Johnny Manziel was gone after 2 years?
Yeah, 2 or 3, yeah.
Yeah. And they boxed him. Like, he was done, shipped, get out of here.
You know who liked Baker's tweet?
Who?
Josh Whedon.
Josh Whedon?
Yeah, I think he got pretty vocal about it. I haven't found it or anything. I just kind of overheard that he was like talking shit on that Mary Kay as well.
Yeah.
So it sounds like she has a history. There's a guy that I follow that does the sideline commentary for the Guardians named Andre Knott. Coolest dude to listen to on baseball. He's just a funny guy. He's sharp. He keeps things going. Cool guy on Twitter. When the Odell Beckham and Baker Mayfield stuff went down, I've never seen Andre turn on somebody so quick, and he turned on Baker, and he thinks that the Odell's on the right side. They're not telling you a lot what's going on, but he will not release it. I've DM'd him. I've tagged him. I'm like, hey, let me know what's going on. You just keep like leaving like little, like, you're like that girl that's like, oh, today's been tough, ... And then people are like, oh my God, sweetheart, what happened? Like, he's doing that to me. And I wrote him yesterday and I was like, dude, you're so salty towards him, but like, you don't tell us what's going on. what's going on? And he did reply to me.
No way.
He says, if I was, I'd say it. That's never stopped me before. But he doesn't say it. So I just liked it and moved on.
You're like, all right, Bob.
But yeah, I don't know. I wish like Baker was able to avoid it and just focus on the game. I know that's a lot of his personality though. And that would be me. I put myself like, which quarterback would I have the personality like? And I think I would be Baker Mayfield. Like I hear the voices coming in. I want to be the star of a not low budget, but a lower tier historical franchise,
Right. Be the Messiah.
I want to be that guy. So I'm always rooting for him. I understand if the Broncos or the Browns move on from him.
Unfortunately for him, I don't think he's at that tier level as far as talent goes. Like I would say Joe Burrow.
Yeah.
I mean, Joe Burrow, that kid is going to be something, man. I swear.
Yeah, for sure.
I hate it.
Yeah, he's. I didn't give him a lot of credit. I thought Tua was going to be better than him. I thought Herbert was going to be better than him.
Herbert's
Herbert. Yeah, who would you take?
Herbert or Burrow?
Yeah, Burrow. I think I agree now. I didn't at first. I thought he was a one-trick pony. I thought he had good weapons. He did have Jamar Chase, and
he does. Well, not.
But I mean, I'm talking like college.
Yeah.
And he also had Justin Jefferson.
Yeah.
Yeah. So I thought he just had the weapons all day that like anybody can throw that. Just
well, anybody can throw that.
Somebody's got to be out there somewhere.
Some people can throw that.
Yeah. So
we'll get it back into that.
So later. I'm hoping Tua can get back to their level, but right now it's Herbert and Burrow just running away with that draft class, but solid draft class overall.
Oh yeah, absolutely.
So you wanted to talk about, I don't have this in front of me right now, but the seeding for the playoffs.
Man, that AFC is ridiculous. I think there's still 4 teams that have the chance to get that number 1 seed with 1 week left.
So we got Tennessee, who's got it right now. So if they win, it's theirs.
Tennessee,
Kansas City,
Cincinnati, and
New England. Do you know the scenarios of how New England would get it?
Let's go over this. Let me pull up who they're playing.
Okay, while you're pulling that up, dude, I want to talk about something for the Stabler and Friends podcast.
Go for it.
It's kind of a gimmick that I'm working on. I think I will have it starting next Friday. It'll be a free Friday for you guys, where the first, it's kind of hard to explain, but this is how we're going to try and explain it. So I love to gamble. I am a degenerate gambler. It's sometimes been a problem for me, but nothing too serious, never losing the house over it or anything like that. But what I do like to do is have fun making bets with friends. What I also would like to do is try and raise the ratings on this show, get more people involved, more sports fans. The way I'm going to do that is I'm thinking about putting my money where my mouth is. And I'm not talking like win Terry Bradshaw's money. I'm talking win Stabler's real money, right? I'm going to let's start with $25 a week. Okay. $25.
That's more money than I can.
I'm going to put out on my Twitter account, I am Stabler. Wait, no, The Real Stabler. Find me at The Real Stabler. That's what it is. I'm going to put sports line bets, and you got to pick. You just reply with what your pick is for the week, what you're most confident in. The deal is you don't have to put any money down. No money down, okay? I get to make one bet. If my bet wins, you don't have a chance to win anything, and you're required a gentleman or a lady's agreement to retweet my podcast on Monday with "This is my favorite podcast," #Stabler and Friends. So if my bet wins and you replied to one of your bets, you have to do that. Okay. If I lose, I'm going to go with the first 5 replies that got a bet right, and I will Venmo you $5. So that's $25 I got. I'm not rich, but that's part of my budget allowance.
Hey, that's free money.
Yeah, and it's free money. And all you need to do is reply. And if you lose, you got to agree to retweet. This is my favorite podcast, #Stabler and Friends with my Monday podcast. So we will
do that without the money.
I know, but I think money's is what gets the people going. It's provocative. It gets the people going.
Money makes the world go around.
Yeah. So next Friday we're gonna do that. So get ready. Start looking at the bets, but I will post some for you guys to pick from. You got the schedules up?
I got some scenarios here.
What you got?
So let's say for the Patriots, if the Patriots want that number 1 seed, they're actually not in the AFC East lead right now. It's actually the Bills.
Buffalo.
Just because they have that win against them and just their whole division record, I believe. If the Patriots beat the Dolphins, the Texans beat the Titans, and the Broncos beat the Chiefs, and the Jets beat the Bills.
Wow, that's a pretty tall order there.
That
dude.
is a very tall order from what I've seen. As of right now, I believe if the Chiefs win and the Titans lose to the Texans, that's the only one that needs to lose.
Okay.
Then the Chiefs get the number 1 seed.
Okay.
If the Titans win, I believe from what I see, if the Titans win and everyone else can win or lose,
Doesn't matter because they're on
the number 1
lock.
seed.
So last is Cincinnati.
And Cincinnati, I think, let's see, where did it go? I think Cincinnati needs everybody to lose. Patriots, Titans, Chiefs, Titans, and Bills to lose.
Okay. The NFC is not as fun. It's like
it's so close.
It's very like the top tier is really close. I mean, Green Bay's already got this, so
Green Bay's had it for a while.
What we're talking, Cowboys, Rams, and who's our other team? That's
Bucks.
The Bucks, yeah, that can still filter around those spots.
Yeah, second through fourth.
And then your bottom, the Eagles are in no matter what,
Mhm.
and then it's going to be the Saints or the Niners, depending on. I think
how crazy is that?
I think the Niners have the tiebreaker, or not the tiebreaker, but they're in the spot right now, so.
Right.
They need to lose and the Saints need to win for the Saints to have a chance.
Yeah.
But the Niners are playing the Rams. And the Rams are fighting to get a higher seed. I would still put my whole team on. I think this is a no-brainer for, like, say, the Rams to try and get that number 2 seed.
Yeah.
Because when you get the best seeds, you play the worst team. And if something happens to Green Bay, if COVID toe man gets hurt, or if they're rusty and they slip a game, now you got home field advantage all the way to the Super Bowl.
Right.
If you're the Rams, you get home field advantage in the Super Bowl.
Yeah, next one up.
Yeah, it's in LA. So it's gonna be fun. All right, I'm ready for it, Grant. We're calling this the Grant rant. Just
Grant rant.
The Grant rant. Tell me about your Cowboys. What you're feeling. I just want to hear.
About the Cowboys,
He's a big diehard Cowboys fan ever since I met him, so we'll let him just give you a little.
That knows me knows I'm a Cowboys fan.
Give us a little rant about the Cowboys. I know you're just holding it in. This is great premiere quality shit for me.
All right, man. Everyone knows that I'm a huge Cowboys fan. That knows me anyway. They know that I'm not biased. They know I'm not one of those, oh, this is our year, Super Bowl every year. I never do that. If anything, I know that it's not our year every year. Stabler knows. He knows my rants, my personal rants. All I know is right now, as far as what I see, Dak Prescott, man. The kid, he does have a leadership quality to him. I can see why everyone loves him. He has the skills, but not the skills that fit this team. Mm. This team is a run down the middle, run in your face team with Zeke and Tony Pollard. That's what it's supposed to be. But now at this point, Zeke is pretty much a broken down bus. It's not working out anymore. But you still have Amari Cooper, CeeDee Lamb, Michael Gallup when he's not carrying his ACL, catching a touchdown pass. You even got guys that are lower on the field. Cedric Wilson, you got Malik Turner, you got all these receivers, Blake Jarwin, you got Dalton Schultz, Utah kid. I mean, these are down the field guys, and Dak Prescott just cannot hit them. He can't. No matter what he does, no matter how the play goes down, he can't hit them. It's not going to happen. Mike McCarthy is my next problem. Time management, man. Just playing Madden as a kid, any kid like right now, that 10-year-old kid can manage a clock better than Mike McCarthy right now.
Yeah.
A 10-year-old kid's going to beat you in Madden using the clock if you're up by 3 points in Madden. I've always hated using the timeouts before the 2-minute warning on the fourth quarter, especially if you're only down by 3. It's the dumbest thing. And I can understand the first timeout, which is when they scored the touchdown. They were going to do the extra point, but for some reason, Kyler Murray went out and lined up at receiver. And I think it's Prater. That's the kicker right now for them. Lined up under the center. And of course, timeout. Like, hold on, what the hell's going on here?
Yeah.
I get that. But to waste those 2 timeouts before the 2-minute warning.
That's crazy.
And then right after that last timeout, I forgot who was it Edmonds? Fumbled the ball. Clear fumble.
Yeah.
And the Cowboys recovered it.
Yeah.
But that referee's like, nope, he was down.
And it was like 2 minutes and 6 seconds or something, right? So they couldn't use their challenge.
Nope. No challenges because they had no timeouts.
Yeah. Unbelievable.
And not only that, but the Cardinals actually ran a play before the 2-minute warning happened, so they couldn't go back and review it.
Yeah.
And then they got another first down, and it was just done. It was over.
Yeah.
So here's the main rant.
The Grant rant.
If the Cowboys want to do anything this offseason, if the Cowboys want, not this offseason, but it's going to be offseason if they don't play right. This Saturday, tomorrow, against the Eagles, if the Cowboys don't go out there and smack them right in the face, they're doing nothing. They're one and done.
If I was doing the better is what I like to call it. I'm the better than you. If I was doing it this week, the Cowboys -4 is my pick. I think that they're way better than the Eagles. I'm watching. We're doing our champions dinner tomorrow for our fantasy league, so we're going to be watching that game.
I'll be joining that one day.
Someday. We got you on the list. I think there's
number 1 on the list.
I think there's you. I think Jared Babelis might be the only one above you.
Coming for you, Nate.
Nate's the champ. The Cowboys and Cardinals game. I watched that game, and the whole time I was thinking is these guys are top tier teams when they're if they could be consistent. But you get. Who did the Cowboys play the week before that? They put up
the Redskins.
They put up like 60 points.
Oh, the football team.
The football team.
The Admirals. They're going to be the Admirals.
I'm hoping for Hogs.
Yeah, I know.
I think I've heard.
I'm pretty sure it's going to be the Admirals.
That's lame.
Right.
But they look so good against some teams, and then the
Washington tax evasion.
The Washington IRS. I hate that Washington has the Nationals and the Capitals. Get it better.
At least the Wizards went out of the box.
Yeah, they should have been bullets. Box of bullets.
But yeah, you're right. The Cowboys have an all-star team. They really do. But
so here's my thing. This is your going away piece for a little bit of hope for the Cowboys. How many times have we seen a team like the Arizona Cardinals don't deserve to be in the playoffs? They didn't even have a winning record, and then they end up one series away from winning the Super Bowl against the Steelers. The Seattle Seahawks didn't have a chance, and then we get beast mode all the way to the Super Bowl. The Giants twice. So this is what keeps us in business and podcasts is there's always going to be a storyline. We're always going to talk that shit, but football is the most fickle thing that I've ever seen, where it goes up and down week to week. And we all find a narrative to go with every single week. If this was week 7, we'd be giving MVP to Kyler Murray. Now we're like, ooh, has Kyler Murray got it figured out? They figured Kyler Murray out.
Right.
It's just up and down. I don't want you to get too down because I still in the back of my mind, this is my Super Bowl pick, and it's so bad. It is so bad. I got the Titans over the Cowboys.
Oh,
I know it's awful, right? I just think that I wanted to put a lot of money on the Titans once Derrick Henry went down.
Speaking of Derrick Henry, do you think he's going to come back
Absolutely.
this week? And do you think he's going to get 1,000 yards?
Yeah.
Yes, absolutely.
Yeah, I don't know if
he comes back. Can you believe that he's gone 8 weeks and gets
he's still 5th. Yeah. He's still 5th in touchdowns and yardage and all this stuff.
Ridiculous.
And he's missed 8 games. He's unbelievable.
Do I think he's the best running back in the NFL though? No.
Who are you going? Jonathan Taylor?
No.
What you got?
As of right now,
Yeah.
the way I see it, if he can keep it up, man, I hate it because I hate the Steelers. Najee Harris, man. I think that kid is good, man.
I'm a diehard Bama fan. I love the kid. I think he's a lot of a volume running back. He's like Ezekiel Elliott. Like, he doesn't do a ton that impresses you, you know, but like he just gets the volume. Like this season, Ezekiel Elliott. Like, but man, he won some fantasy championships with that garbage time touchdown, including my league. We'll see you tomorrow, Nate. No, I'm actually pretty excited. I can't tell you where we're going on live TV, but I'm excited.
No one needs to know.
Yeah, you guys can't come. You're not invited to our Champions League.
Yeah, you're not gonna be there. I will though.
Yeah. No, you can go catch a movie or something because you're not invited either. I'm sorry, Grant. I'd love to hang out with you, but not tomorrow.
I'm gonna stalk you.
You gotta go see Spider-Man.
I already seen it.
You already seen it?
Absolutely.
What'd you think?
Amazing. Best Marvel movie I've ever seen.
Best ever.
Best ever.
Better than Ant-Man Part 2.
Yes.
Absolutely. I'm just playing.
And Ant-Man and the Wasp is probably like bottom 5.
I really like that one. I know it wasn't top, but I wish you wouldn't have just disrespected it like that.
Hey, nothing is ever gonna beat Captain Marvel for that spot.
Oh, okay, that's fair. I'm a big Thor Ragnarok fan.
Oh, that was great.
I think that's got my top spot.
What's his name? Waititi?
Taika
Waititi?
Yeah.
Great director, man. I think he's awesome.
Yeah. Great director, great actor.
Oh, yeah.
You ever heard of a movie called What We Do in the Shadows?
I thought it was a show.
It's a show now, but it started as a movie.
Oh, I didn't know that.
So Taika on the show, he's like a producer and maybe a writer to it. But in the movie, he was the writer along with Jermaine Clement from Flight of the Conchords.
Oh, okay.
So they're a bunch of New Zealanders, and they made a movie called What We Do in the Shadows, and it is like, if you like the TV show, have you seen the TV show?
Yeah, I've seen the TV show.
Pretty good, right?
Yeah.
Movie I thought was top notch when it first came out.
Huh.
And so
check it out.
Check that out, dude. I'm a big Taika fan. He's gonna get to do a new Star Wars. Did you know that? He gets to direct and write a Star Wars. I don't know. I'm not a Star Wars guy, but I will be a Star Wars guy for that one, just strictly because of him.
Well, I know he directed a few episodes. I think he did 1 or 2 for The Mandalorian.
Yeah. Yep. So I mean, he's a fan. He gets it. But
so is Robert Rodriguez in there, man.
What?
Yeah, he's directing Boba Fett right now.
Oh, how's that going?
The first episode was a little slow, but if you're a Star Wars fan, then you love it.
Yeah. So let me give a shout out. Let me give a shout out to Leilani for picking this up. I don't know if she picked it up. She's claiming she did. I think she gets on Twitter a lot, and she just saw somebody else found it. But if she found this, props to you, Lele. Laser, that's her new nickname. Actually, we're calling her Laser now. Yeah.
Laser
Lonnie. So, anyways, she says, "Have you ever watched Parks and Rec?"
Yeah.
So do you remember Patton Oswalt where he went to the stand at the town hall meeting? And
I actually heard this on the Geek Gods podcast.
Oh, did you?
Yes,
oh, hey, shout out to Geek Gods podcast. That's Who and Leilani. Who and Laser.
Who and Laser Lonnie.
Laser Lonnie. No, they got it really cool. They're way better than us if you want to talk.
Absolutely.
Geek Gods. Grant's pretty good. Grant's great. I'm bringing the team down right now. But yeah, so anyways, I guess Patton Oswalt like is filibuster on Parks and Rec. He's yeah. 2 suns over Tatooine. The screen pans down. Boba Fett's hand pops out of the sand, and they did it. They did it for the opening episode.
Yeah,
that's such a great like homage to Patton Oswalt, who's such a geek,
biggest Star Wars fan,
super geek, dude.
Yeah.
Well, man, we were going to talk about Spider-Man, but we got into like way fun stuff.
Oh yeah, absolutely. But hey, you know what? Spider-Man, spoiler warning for anybody that hasn't seen it. You might want to fast forward a little bit. Was it kind of a cash grab in a way? Do you think?
I mean, it had the payoff that everybody's been waiting for, so I don't care. Take my money.
I think the way they put it together, I thought it was a great story.
Yeah.
I love the fact that they like made it happen. You know what I mean? Like the first movies for all the other Spider-Man were always about like, okay, this is why he's Spider-Man, because Uncle Ben died, and
Yeah.
now he's got all these responsibilities. Now he knows that he's got the weight of the world on his shoulders.
With great power comes great responsibility.
Yeah, but now that they did it with Aunt May, after all this time, they did it with Aunt May, and now he's
such
the
a
Spider-Man.
such a build though. Like,
oh yeah,
we
great.
all love Aunt May, and I don't know if it's because she's Marissa Tomei, and I've had a crush on her since My Cousin Vinny when I was 9, or
damn,
yeah, dude, or if
you grew into a man.
Or if it's that I think that she was into short, stocky, bald people when she dated George on Seinfeld. But I've always had a really big thing for Marissa Tomei, like a very big thing.
You know what movie I actually really liked her in? And it's actually, I guess it's not too recent. Man, it's been a while, huh? The Wrestler.
Because she shows her boobs in it.
Well, yeah, she does that too, but her character is pretty good.
Yeah,
I liked her character on that.
Yeah, she's really good. Mickey Rourke did a good job too.
That was a great movie.
But yeah, Aunt May. Spoiler alert: if you haven't seen it, like, that's on you. Like, it's if you care.
It's been like almost a month now, dude. Well, 3 weeks.
That was one of the most heartbreaking moments for me in Marvel history. More than maybe almost as much as Iron Man. I cried in the theater. I didn't cry, but like,
oh no,
I sucked in a tear. Yeah.
Oh no, man, I was crying when I saw Andrew come out, and then Toby came out, and I was like, oh man.
I saw it on opening night with all the like stands that want to be there, and like Andrew Garfield comes out like, oh my god! I'm like, this is like Full House. Like, I don't like that.
Right? You know who didn't get a pop for me in my
Daredevil.
Daredevil.
I got a few people go, oh, but nobody was like, yeah.
Yeah, I was the only one that was like, yeah. Okay.
Yeah.
I was like, damn, I feel kind of left out on that one.
Right.
I didn't realize no one watched Daredevil.
Yeah.
But if you've noticed, Daredevil is actually trending on Netflix right now.
I started I started watching it. I haven't seen other than like the first 3 episodes, and I got my parents into it, and they're digging it now. So it looks pretty good.
If it's all canon, God, I hope everything else is canon too. Because I love Luke Cage. Thought Luke Cage was good. Punisher, I like Punisher, but I've actually had this discussion with Who and Lonnie, not on the podcast. Maybe one day, we'll see. Do you think Punisher would be able to be in the MCU with how gritty his character is?
Why not?
I just feel like it's too much.
They can find a spot for him.
It's just too dark.
Yeah, I think they can find a dark area of rated R stuff, like.
Because I get that, Deadpool's rated R and he's coming into the.
But he's quirky, rated
Yeah, he's
R.
quirky. He's funny. He's like a fun rated R. Punisher's a depressing rated R.
That's like when they tried to make Spawn a thing, and that was like pretty. Yeah. So maybe not. I don't know, but they should try.
Absolutely. I love John. What's his last name? Berthel, something like that.
Yeah.
He was on The Walking Dead. Greatest Punisher.
Who does he play on Walking Dead? Negan?
No, he played
Daryl.
No.
Glenn.
none of the above. I
don't know.
It was
those are the only three
the
that
first
I knew.
like 3 seasons. Huh? No, first 2 seasons. No, 2 seasons. Yeah. I forgot his name, but he was the fellow sheriff that was Bane Carl's mom.
Sorry, Carl. The Punisher just punished your mother.
Coral. It was Coral. His name is Coral.
Okay.
Coral.
The Punisher punished your mother. Yeah, I don't think it was a cash grab because I think it was a good show, and I think it delivered. I think cash grabs is like, a lot of people won't like me for this, but I think the last few Star Wars were pure cash grabs. I think that they just had the name attached to it, and it was a very poor story. But they know that every Christmas, everybody's going to take their family. Everybody's going to buy the BB-8 doll. Everybody's going to buy the little podling dolls. You know what I mean? The porgs, yeah, podling. That's from the Dark Crystal, which I absolutely loved. Got canceled, but those are cash grabs to me. I'm halfway through the new Matrix. I think I like it a lot so far. It's very meta. It's like,
that's what. Yeah.
He doesn't know if he actually experienced the Matrix, but he's a video game coder who made the trilogy of the Matrix from his brain. And Doogie Howser, Neil Patrick Harris is his therapist. He's just like, this was all in your mind. You had an episode. You almost tried to jump off of a roof. And it's like, now he doesn't know like if any of this happened or not. And I'm just getting to the part where he's like, I'm taking the red pill screw whatever happens. And I'm like, all right, so we'll see where it goes. I had to go to bed.
Okay.
So at least they got a good storyline, and it's very like deja vu feeling, because they repeat a bunch of lines and things that it's like Keanu just like stares at him. But
Keanu plays Keanu.
It's very, very trippy. It's cool though.
Okay.
So far, yeah. If you never cared for the Matrix.
Never been a big Matrix fan. I watched the first one and it was okay.
How old were you?
Man, was I like 12, 13?
Yeah. So I remember liking it for strictly the violence, like the guns and the jumping off the walls. Go rewatch it, dude, and please promise me you'll rewatch the first one.
One thing that really like triggers me as far as the Matrix goes, and it was because was it Reloaded? Matrix Reloaded? They had a video game, and it had Jada Pinkett Smith in it.
Yeah.
And that video game had
Niobe.
the most glitches of any video game. I could never get past the first level. I would beat it, and then it would just freeze.
There was a glitch in the Matrix.
It was a glitch in the Matrix, man. And it would royally piss me off every time. I would try to play it because it was fun. It was a fun game. It was almost like an open world kind of game, but just like a bigger area, kind of like a Mario game, basically, like the new Mario games where it's like a big old open world, but not completely open.
I got you.
But it would just freeze.
Okay, well, I got a stipulation. If you want to come back on Stabler and Friends,
I gotta watch all the Matrix.
Just
movies.
the first one.
Just the first one.
I don't care about the second or the third. Like, I rewatched them, so I know what was happening in the fourth one. They don't. The third one is just like really cheap, dude. Keanu's storyline's probably in it for 20 minutes. The rest is like a military movie of like these like people like fighting the sentients and shit like that. But
are they all on HBO Max?
Yes, they're on HBO Max.
I'll give them a shot.
Okay, so let me tell you why it's so good.
Okay, tell me.
It's so good. I didn't realize it when I was a kid because I just liked the action stuff. But so what happened is we created artificial intelligence outside of the Matrix.
Right.
So you got that part, right?
Yeah.
And then they turned on us.
Okay.
And they became smarter than us, and they were starting to attack us. So we said, oh, these bots ran on solar. We got weather systems, so they make the whole sky cloudy so they cannot get energy. The robots counter by realizing we can get energy off of these humans. So they create a program, put us in like little like pods.
Wow.
And they hook all this stuff up to us that's sucking energy, and they put receptacles in our brains that make us feel good, that make us feel angry, that keeps our will to live inside the Matrix going.
Right.
And that's just such a great storyline.
Are we in the Matrix right now?
It started making me think about my life when I was a kid. That and Osmosis Jones made me think about maybe
Osmosis Jones, the hero we actually need right now.
Maybe we are as humans the cancers, and we're like ruining a body, and COVID's like the cough medicine that's trying to kill us all off. I don't know, man.
Chris Rock, we need you. Can you help us, please?
Come save Bill Murray. Oh, cool, man. Well, thank you so much for coming on and hanging out with me tonight, dude.
Absolutely, man. I love being on this podcast. I want to expose this thing. I want this to blow up for you, man.
Yeah. I know. So we're gonna try and do share,
like, subscribe.
Do what we say inside the Matrix.
Hey, man, if Theo Vaughn can have a podcast, why can't we?
Yeah. I don't know if we told anybody this, and if they're looking at this show, we're in the same room right now.
Yeah. We're high five.
High five. Look at that. We got a setup in here. This is my first time trying it out. So haven't tested the sound. About to end this whole thing. Please work. All right, guys. Well, thank you so much for tuning in. Thanks, Grant, for coming. This has been Stabler and Friends, and thanks for being our friend.
Peace.
It's my new catchphrase. You like that?
Love it.